Well, good morning to you. Storms are going to be lingering along I-94 for the better part of the day. More about this coming up for you in just a moment.
Right now this morning, Israel launching an overnight strike on Iran. We'll take a look at how the world is responding this morning. 2 votes from La Crosse Common Council, what changes to expect with your stormwater utility bills, and the fate of Haven on Main. And America's Dairyland getting the celebration it deserves. Shoppers Pizza is delivering. We're trying the dairy-loaded creations on Foodie Friday. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter. On this Friday, June 13th, we'll send it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett. Now, Art, what can we expect this weekend? Everyone wants to know.
Okay, how about some showers and maybe some gifts, and maybe a break in the sunshine as well, or a cloud cover, I should say. We'll hold on to at least most of the rainfall and storm activity is going to linger along I-94 today, tomorrow, and then by the evening hours for Saturday, they slide back down and spread the wealth down along I-90. And of course, that's around 6 p.m. We'll go into Father's Day, has a 50% chance of showers, and a lot of that may just kind of swipe us and then go away. So that's a good start for that end of the weekend for Father's Day. Hey, how about this though? The rainfall bringing in some storm activity from the Twin Cities all the way into Eau Claire right now. And then some of that's getting down to areas right by Rochester where they're getting lit up right now, heading towards Winona. So slowly but surely it's getting closer. There's even a line trying to get down south towards La Crosse, and I'll show you that in a second. But there's a look at where the rainfall is. The biggest batch now after a break from Eau Claire. They're picking up that light rainfall getting to heavy. You're seeing a light batch of this rainfall trying to pick off Winona, and some of that trying to get to La Crosse. You see that dark line going towards La Crosse? That is a light line of shower activity that's headed our direction. That's what's happening right now. Eau Claire's got the showers you can see to finish out the daytime today, going into the evening as well. La Crosse, not so much. A 20% chance, which is happening just an hour after this forecast was showing for the ICAST computer here. So eventually, as we roll into it, you're going to see those showers lingering all the way up to the north as we finish out all the way going through Friday into the 1 o'clock hour into the afternoon. That's a look at your forecast. Back to you.
World leaders are working to calm tensions in the Middle East this morning after Israel launched an overnight strike on Iran's rapidly advancing nuclear program. 200 Israeli warplanes were involved in the attacks that killed 3 Iranian generals and top nuclear scientists. Taking a live look at Israel this morning, the White House says it was not involved, but Iran is threatening retaliation. CBS's Jared Hill has the latest for us.
Intense escalation in the Middle East. Damage and debris litters the streets of Iran's capital city after Israel launched overnight airstrikes. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said it was a preemptive attack focused on Iranian nuclear facilities.
Targeted military operation to roll back the Iranian threat to Israel's very survival.
International watchdogs say Iran has increased its stockpiles of highly enriched uranium in recent years, which the country says is for civilian use, like nuclear energy. But a spokesperson for the Israeli military overnight said Iran is secretly building a nuclear weapons program.
The Iranian regime has called for the destruction of the state of Israel, planning and advancing concrete military plans to do so.
Following the news, the White House said the Israeli strikes were unilateral without any American involvement. But Iran's foreign minister said the attacks couldn't have happened without the coordination and approval of the United States. Earlier this week, the U.S. began suggesting non-essential staff and their families evacuate nearby Iraq due to heightened security risks, amid word Israel was ready to launch an operation in Iran.
We have a lot of American people in this area, and I said, we got to tell them to get out because something could happen soon. And I don't want to be the one that didn't give any warning.
The overnight attack calling into question the future of planned U.S. talks with Iran about its nuclear program.
This morning, Iran announced on state television it won't participate in those negotiations Sunday or until further notice. West Salem drivers, meanwhile, say they're fired up over a parking battle. News 8 Now's Grace Monk reports from downtown.
I'm standing on Leonard Street in downtown West Salem. Right now, there aren't any parking restrictions during the day, but next week that could change. The village board will consider an ordinance that would limit parking to 2 hours along Leonard Street. Village Administrator Teresa DeLong says the ordinance stems from a long-time debate over who should be allowed to park in front of businesses.
There are some people that say, I pay taxes here, I have a business here, I should be able to park wherever I would like. The other part is we have too many business owners and employees parking on the street, so our customers, our patrons cannot get to our business.
Per the ordinance, anyone parked longer than 2 hours would receive a $75 ticket. DeLong says the cost is all about compliance.
The risk of a $75 ticket might make them think twice. If it's a $15 ticket, it's worth it.
Business owner John Molitor thinks the opposite. He says the $75 fine would hurt his business more.
Many tattoos take over 2 hours. Now, where do I put my customer? Where can they park? A block away, 2 blocks away? I mean, you know, you start sending people to have to walk a block and a half in the rain to get their hair cut, they might decide to go to another place.
Most businesses have parking behind their building. DeLong says having employees park there could help solve the problem.
Seems to be no one wants the ordinance. But if the business owners aren't going to cooperate and get along with everyone and look out for each other, then we probably have to.
Next Tuesday, the board will hold a public hearing session and vote. That will start at 6:45 p.m. Reporting in West Salem, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
And La Crosse's Common Council voted on 2 big proposals last night. First, hiking stormwater utility rates for the first time since 2011. Council members passed that measure 9-4, meaning fees will jump about $10 a month for most residents. The city says the hike will cover increased operating costs. The council also approved a $22 million housing project. Haven on Main will be a 74-unit complex with half the units set aside for people with disabilities or special needs. The complex will be built at the site of the old Pink Palace. A traffic alert for La Crosse drivers. Ferry Street between 13th and 14th South is now closed for 2 weeks for water service repair. If all goes well, the street should reopen June 26th. And Sand Lake Road in Onalaska will be down to 1 lane for a week starting Monday. The construction project is for a new crosswalk north of Rolling Oaks Drive. Drivers can use a detour at East Avenue and Riders Club Road. Habitat for Humanity asking the community to help pave the way for North Side improvements. You can do so through their Pave the Way fundraiser and buying a paver, which starts at $150. That'll be installed outside of Logan Middle School. The goal is to stop more than 500,000 gallons of stormwater runoff annually.
With the help of these permeable pavers and all of the other mitigation practices that we have going on, rain gardens, berms, swales, native plants, we're estimating that this project will collect over 500,000 gallons of polluted runoff every single year.
Habitat hopes to raise $60,000 to fund home repairs, food forest planting, and stormwater management. Retired union members are taking to the streets to speak out against cuts to Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. They gathered at Riverside Park yesterday, discussing what cuts would mean for the La Crosse area.
People are so severely impacted by this. I was a public health nurse here in La Crosse for 25 years. I know how many people around here rely on Medicaid to provide health care for themselves and their children.
The demonstrators urged others to write letters to Congress against the cuts. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz facing tough questions in D.C. about sanctuary cities. Lawmakers grilling the governor on Minnesota's immigration policy and comments he allegedly made comparing ICE to the Gestapo.
Now we have a broken immigration system in this country. I think everyone in this room agrees with that. But nothing Minnesota has done to serve its own people stands in the way of the federal government managing border security and policies.
Several large Minnesota counties and cities have sanctuary policies, but the state is not considered a sanctuary state officially. Kids in Winona celebrating day 2 of Steamboat Days with a fishing contest. The kids ages 3 to 14 fished for free. First, second, and third place finishers took home a prize, with the top fisherman taking home a new fishing pole.
Yeah, young gentleman, he did bring 2 largemouth bass, so that was very nice to see.
This is probably one of the best I've done.
I caught a few big ones.
There was also a carnival, comedy show, and a performance by the U.S. Marine Reserve Band. The time now is 6:08. Still ahead on your morning news. Inflation inching up in May. Mitsubishi is issuing a recall, and we'll have some summer travel reminders before you hit the skies. More parents are giving their kids a head start on credit. Coming up, why building your child's credit rating early could pay off. And for now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. Middle school kids just wrapped up a delicious adventure at UWL's Culinary Academy. A 3-day camp taught students cooking skills through this year's theme, Foods of the Midwest, including butter burgers and beer cheese. Love that. The young chefs showed off everything they learned at a grand finale dinner last night for their friends and family. Delicious. And as you start to wake up, leaving you with a quick wake-up call with the Wisconsin Maritime Museum. This is in Manitowoc. Such a beautiful shot. And if you didn't know, you can sleep overnight here in a sub B&B known as the USS Cobia. Pretty cool. Stay with us. We're back right after this.
Right now, you're busy taking care of the people you love. Let Window World take care of the place you live. Window World, America's exterior remodeler. Improving homes, changing lives.
A home you love. A business that endures. It takes your vision, your hard work, and your dedication to bring them to life. The right tools help. Case IH truly understands your vision and what you need to achieve it. That's why we build the equipment, the local dealer and service network, and the data and tech you want today and tomorrow. Because we don't just build our equipment to work. We build it to work for you.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships, now including La Crosse and Richland Center.
This river wasn't dammed in a day, and GMC trucks weren't built overnight. Like every American achievement, they are a result of dedication. Over 100 years dedicated to the art of engineering and the ambition to always move this country forward. Or get 0% APR plus $2,600 total value on this Sierra 1500 model.
Visit your best choice GMC dealer today.
It's back for the first time since 2019. The warehouse clearance sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. A sale so big that we display furniture in our main showroom and the Fountain Community Center. For one weekend only, we clear our warehouses of overstocks, misshipped furniture, scratch and dents, and closeout items. Not to mention huge markdowns on floor samples in our main showroom. Hurry in for these once-a-year savings at the warehouse clearance at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. Family owned for 100 years.
I'm Jordan Rudolph, and I'm the owner of Unity Fitness. We just won Best Gym in La Crosse and Best Personal Trainer in La Crosse for the Best of in 2025. As our mission to serve and help have a positive influence on so many people, we can't thank you enough, the voters, for having our back and helping us spread that mission forward into helping more people in the area.
Thank you so much for trusting us with your goals and for 10 years of support.
We view people as more than a before and after. To see if you're the right fit for us or if we're the right fit for you, head over to unityfitnesspro.com and book your free discovery call with us today.
My wife urged me to get my ears checked, and I've done, like most people, everything possible to probably damage them. It's an easy process. It's an easy thing to do. It's free. Come in and get it checked. Mine is not perfect, but at least I know that I have to be a little more careful. You know, they've been doing this a long time, and they know what they're doing. So to have this available to us locally here, oh, they're fantastic. I would highly recommend them.
Better Hearing Center on Alaska, next to St. Pat's Church.
All right, welcome back here. There's the showers continuing to move across the region as we go right into the mid-morning hours there. Eventually, you'll see most of it stays along I-94 and continues to do so right into the latter portion of your morning hours. And it's going to stay that way all the way to the evening. Look at Eau Claire right now. The rainfall is returning. Slowly but surely, it will start to have more rainfall in the forecast. We're also seeing winds coming out of the east. You can see the flag going in that direction. Of course, going to the, flowing to the west. You're also going to find yourselves with the wet roadways holding on to the possibility of winds to be pretty breezy. I don't know why I can't see my north on Alaska shot anymore, but I apologize about that. We're going to get back into current temperatures, though. 50s and 60s. 50s are pretty much up to Eau Claire along I-94. Once you get into areas areas right by Winona, 61 degrees. And then more 60s for us here at La Crosse, 61 degrees here. For Viroqua at 57 degrees right now and 60 over in Boscobel. If you're planning on mowing your lawn, today is a pretty good day to do it for us. If you're going to be along I-90, it will be drier. I wouldn't suggest it if you're going to be up in Eau Claire or along I-94. Tomorrow you have a better chance of that happening as well. It's still a yellow light there for you, mostly cloudy skies, but it'll be dry for us until about 6 p.m. So you've got that going on all the way into the morning and afternoon. Highs for today, where you're looking at least 54 to 62 degrees up to the north, 77 for La Crosse today, and 81 for Prairie du Chien, a lot warmer down there. Holding on to conditions for the day to be drier across the board as we go through the noon hour and into your evening and overnight hours. Eau Claire, looking at pretty much rainy all morning long, as well as the afternoon and into your evening as well. Holding on to that rainfall you'll see, but the winds also getting gusty up to about 25, 26, 27 miles per hour up there. We'll hold on to winds getting up to about 23, 24 miles per hour and then tapering down by about 18. Highs for Saturday, you're looking at temperatures for at least maybe 60s and some 70s up to the north. You get into Trimpalou, 74 degrees, La Crosse at 79 degrees, and then 82 for Prairie du Chien. Then we'll carry over to how this all shapes up going into your Saturday. You can see rain in and out of the rainfall for the morning, especially all the way into the afternoon, into the evening hours. And of course, we'll see some rainfall coming back for La Crosse by the evening hours. Be safe out there. Have a great weekend.
In your morning consumer news, wholesale inflation is creeping up again, and your wallet could soon feel it. Prices rose 0.1% last month, reversing April's 0.2 drop. Analysts say retailers and wholesalers are dealing with higher Trump tariffs. Many economists predict consumers will eventually see more price increases driven by these tariffs. A heads up if you're a Mitsubishi driver of an SUV, nearly 200,000 of them are being recalled because of an issue with the rear view camera. The recall impacts 2022 to 2024 Mitsubishi Outlanders and 2023 to 2025 Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in hybrids. Letters will go out to vehicle owners on June 30th. Wisconsin airports are expecting up to 6% more travelers this summer. If you've got summer trips to plan, the La Crosse Airport recommends you book early for the best prices, especially at regional airports where advanced planning pays off. They also remind travelers TSA is moving toward real ID compliance. That is the requirement right now. You can still fly with an old ID or temporary DMV, but you should expect some additional screenings if you do so. Swipe or tap. More parents are getting a head start on establishing their children's credit ratings. Usher Karashi has what parents need to know.
Are you done shopping?
No, I'm more shopping.
You want more shopping?
Shannon Ho may be playing pretend with 2-year-old Aria and 1-year-old Gemma, but the lessons this mom is teaching are real.
She likes to buy Cheerios with her credit card. Cheerios and what else? Water bottles. Fiji water bottles. That's it.
Also real are the credit cards. As babies, Aria and Gemma have 2 cards each.
I figured, why not? My parents did it for me when I was a kid, so I did the same for my girls.
She and husband Jeremy added both daughters as authorized users on their existing card accounts.
My 1-year-old has no idea what's going on. My 2-year-old, however, I do take her to Target every week to buy her cheese crackers and her snacks, and she picks 2 items, any 2, and she gets to pay. She taps and pay, and we check out and leave.
Why?
5 shoes, 5 pairs for me? Okay, I'm ready.
With each tap, Aria is building a credit history, which will help determine her future credit score.
There's really no too early. The earlier, the better, right?
Financial advisor Winnie Sun says many banks, including Capital One, Bank of America, and Chase, allow kids to be authorized card users as long as they have a social security number.
Why is it so important to have a good credit score?
This is sort of your financial GPA. If you have a good one, that enables you better rates on your mortgage, better rates on your car loan. Maybe that apartment you're looking to rent is going to be advantageous to have something more attractive. And most importantly, a lot of employers are actually looking for a high credit score in order to give you that next job too.
What was their first word? Mama, dada, or credit card?
Mama.
Mama! Not credit card?
Not credit card.
Shannon says with every tap, the kids are securing their financial futures.
Can you tap? Oh, good job.
And learning the value of $1.
It's a habit we build from a young age to spend only what you are given or what you can afford and nothing more.
If you decide to get an early start, pay your bill in full on time every month to avoid passing down a negative credit score. And pay special attention to monitoring your bill to make sure there are no unauthorized purchases.
Let's look at your consumer news. We'll send it over to Art now. He's got an update on our forecast.
Okay, still holding on to that rainfall, kind of moving across, going into areas right by Eau Claire, but now it's diving down, as I mentioned, to Rochester with thunderstorm activity. That's going to be going towards areas right by Winona with showers and storm activity there. So that's about as close as it's come so far to La Crosse. So we do have a chance of shower activity as we finish out the morning hours going into your morning commute over the next, say, hour to about an hour and a half or so. The possibility of that crossing near La Crosse not out of the question. So please stay vigilant. You'll get into the rainfall here with winds coming out of the east that are light. That'll pick up eventually, getting gusty up to about, say, 18, 20 to 30 mile per hour winds as we go deeper into the afternoon. But of course, this all goes again accordingly to plan right now with keeping this rainfall and storm activity up to the north along I-94. So wet roadways up there. Potentially a 20% chance of wet roadways coming our way here as we go through the morning hours, and it's a very low chance of that occurring. Just keep that in mind for you today, but stay weather aware. We've got a lot of moisture in the upper atmosphere here, as you can see, looking at the water vapor imagery that's still working towards Minnesota, as well as getting into Iowa, as well as La Crosse. La Crosse has limited amounts. Area of low pressure just out to the south west of Minnesota, holding on to that, but we also have mild conditions to warm conditions here locally. Up to the north of Canada, you still have that cooler air that still has a little bit of influence, and with an east wind, that's kind of pulling that our way, so that doesn't really help too much. So temperatures are showing 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. This is a huge swath. Normally you want your temperatures to be within a 5-degree range for your forecast, but this is what's happening for today. 54 to at least 81 degrees under partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies. More cloud cover clearly up along areas along I-94 where you're going to be seeing more cloudy activity and storm activity as well. We'll go into the wind gusts. You'll see them getting up to at least 27 to 25 mile per hour wind gusts up in Eau Claire. Across will hold on to at least getting up to about 14 to maybe 18 to 20 to 22 mile per hour wind gusts in the forecast today. As again, once its rain continues to stay all up to the north, not much happening down to the south with a few swipes here and there, but this model is showing not much of that changing and staying with us all the way into Saturday, and then driving down towards Black River Falls, but most of that's going to go towards Wausau as this continues on. So we get a brief chance of some showers coming into the early afternoon hours. But once we get into the latter portion of the afternoon, getting to the early evening hours, the showers cut across the Mississippi, Rochester, all the way to La Crosse, and of course down into Viroqua, where we can have some shower actually move in the forecast, and that too is only about a 20% chance. Sunday for Father's Day, you've got some light showers coming in through the morning hours, and then in the afternoon it's a limited amount of showers coming in. It's a very light batch coming in for your forecast, so don't change your plans. Holding on for tomorrow, you're looking at dry conditions for La Crosse until we get into the evening hours, as I mentioned before. And once you go over into Eau Claire, you're looking at early morning showers and storm activity. By the late morning hours, you've got a 20% chance. Showers do come back again going into the evening hours. There's your forecast for Saturday, 60 to about 82 degrees. Father's Day, a bit on the warmer side there as well, with mostly 70s and 80s. We'll hold on to drier conditions going into Sunday, despite what's going to come for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, all of next week with rainfall on the way. Back to you.
Coming up, the forever chemicals in your home that could be raising your teen's blood pressure and how to protect your family.
Coming up in the Blitz, area girls soccer teams entered yesterday 2 wins from the state tournament. Find out who is still standing, plus the debut of Jacob Mizorowski. We're back after this.
A John Deere 3 Series tractor lets you tackle those bigger jobs with simple, intuitive controls that put the power in your hands and quick connect solutions to swap implements quickly with ease. From rotary cutter to rotary tiller to front loader. Take on all your property's biggest challenges. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit Tractor Central, take a seat, and see for yourself why nothing runs like a Deere. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
We see you out there building a life you love, knowing that when inspiration strikes, nothing should get in your way. At Blaine's, we're here to help with everything you need to make it happen at prices that make it possible. Like $10 off Estate Premium 4-in-1 Summer Lawn or Garden Fertilizer. This DeWalt Brushless Drill and Impact Driver Kit, $80 off, now only $169. And save up to $50 on these DeWalt pressure washers. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, being original.
This is Arby's $7 Euro meal. Do the Greeks have a god of meats? If they don't, is there a form we need to fill out? A number to call? Arby's, we have the meats.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering, like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Now, get $4,250 cash allowance. Plus, $2,250 in trade assistance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP.
I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, but thanks to Skyrizi and clearer skin, I'm all in. With Skyrizi, I saw dramatically clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
With Skyrizi, nothing on my skin means everything. Ask your dermatologist about Skyrizi today. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Keeping you safe and ahead of the storm with current conditions and updated video forecasts from the local team that warns you first. The News 8 Now First Warn Weather app, giving you more than what you'd expect. Get it now. No, seriously, like, right now.
The Blitz on Alaska and Central, rivals in each and every sport when these two schools collide. And last night it was more than just a rivalry game, as a trip to the sectional final was on the line. A strong wind to the south as the night cooled, with the pitch heating up quick. 5th minute, Mallory Meehan's cross comes in. Francesca Vreens redirects it past the keeper. Hilltoppers striking first. 18th minute, Meehan's got a free kick, and it clangs off the crossbar, inches from a great strike. Second half now, Finley Walters into the box. Low pass for a one-touch shot by Natalie Tevis, but Laura Lapp makes the diving save. At the hour mark, Grace Wilkerson with the free kick, tucks it over the wall, and we are tied. But Onalaska would not be denied. Ellie Tessing with a perfect through ball to find the speedster Walters, and the back line is not going to catch her. Makes it an easy finish to beat the keeper, Onalaska. Moving on to the sectional final, 2-1. West Salem hoping to also reach a sectional final, facing Baldwin Woodville. 26th minute, the Panthers strike. Great ball sent in, and Sammy Niemeyer's looping header finds the back of the net. But then a penalty awarded to the Blackhawks less than 2 minutes later. Haley Jort gets it past the keeper, and we are tied until the 31st minute. Home side on the attack. Amelia Carr pushing the pace. There's a collision with the keeper. Ava Schuster is there for the cleanup. West Salem is one win away from the state tournament as they win 2-1. Brewers entered yesterday a half game back of the Cardinals. MLB debut of Jacob Mizorowski, and he was dealing. Did not allow a single hit. Struck out 5 in the game. Offense coming to life in the 5th. Joey Ortiz goes the other way. That scores Bryce Terang. Then later in the inning, it's Sal Frelick. He fights one off down the left field gap, and that one is down. Caleb Durbin and Ortiz scored to increase the lead to 4. And the very next pitch to Jackson Churio, and you can kiss that one goodbye. Mizorowski, one of 3 pitchers since 1903 to go at least 5 innings without giving up a hit in their major league debut. Brewers win 6-0. All right, that'll do for the Blitz. We'll see you back here later tonight.
Don't wait for better water. With Maxwell White Water Conditioning, you get water you will feel good about with every sip, every bath, every day. And easy financing to make it happen now. Call today and start enjoying better water tomorrow.
Oh, hot. Well, dogs are done. Yeah, those are done all right.
Start summer the right way this Father's Day with help from Menards. From grilling tools to power tools, we've got the perfect gifts to make this Father's Day one to remember. Get these great deals from Pit Boss on sale now, plus 11% rebate.
This summer's going to be great.
Save big money at Menards.
If your home is looking drab, trade it in.
Trade it in.
The furniture's old and yucky, trade it in.
Trade it in.
If you're seeking a solution, then King's your resolution. If you're tired of your look, then trade it in.
Trade it
At King's Trade-In Sale, trade in your old recliner for $50 towards a new one. Trade in your old sofa for $100. Trade in your old mattress for $75. Plus, get free delivery and 12 months no interest payments at the King Furniture Trade-In Sale.
Every great performance starts with a great night's sleep. Thanks to new Natrol Sleep and Restore, which helps me be this me, this me, this me. I'm kidding. To be my best at all of this, I have to be my best at this. Every great night's sleep starts with Natrol.
New Natrol Sleep and Restore for your ultimate restorative sleep.
The biggest steak sale ever is Thursday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. Get bacon-wrapped sirloins, New York strips, mouth-watering ribeyes, and tasty T-bones. This sale is huge, and so is our dad-sized 25-ounce Big T-Bone. Plus, get delicious side dishes for the grill. For the best steaks and best prices around, don't miss the biggest steak sale ever. Thursday through Sunday at Hy-Vee.
Isn't it time you turn your backyard into the oasis you've always wanted? Come to La Crosse Fireplace Company and find your outdoor setup. Imagine gathering with family and friends around your wood-fired pizza oven. Sit back and relax around your new fire table. Available in different sizes and styles to fit your lifestyle and budget. Stop in this month and receive 15% off all in-stock outdoor products. La Crosse Fireplace Company, because your place is outside by the fire.
Tired of hard water and harsh chlorine? Maxwell White Water Conditioning brings you the all-new Dual Media Water Softener. Say hello to softer skin, luxurious hair, and water that feels amazing. Call Maxwell White today, where better water starts here.
The News 8 Plus app. Local news on your time.
Showers and storms working into your forecast right now, continuing on with more rain along Onalaska. I should say up by Eau Claire, getting down to possibly Onalaska later on into the afternoon. We'll have more about your forecast in just a moment.
Right now this morning, Israel launches an overnight strike on Iran. We'll have a look at how the world is responding. 2 votes from La Crosse Common Council. What changes to expect with stormwater utility bills, plus the fate of Haven on Main. And America's Dairyland getting the celebration it deserves this month. Topper's Pizza delivering for us on Foodie Friday. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter. On this Friday, June 13th, we'll send it back over to Art now. More rain is kind of the story of the day, right?
Pretty much. We need the rainfall. It's great. Helps to get that smoke out of the atmosphere. But right now, it's continuing to stay along I-94. It's going to do that for the better part of the day today as well, going into the afternoon and evening hours too. You see Onalaska getting, I should say Eau Claire. I'm sorry, I keep saying that, but you're going to have some light to moderate to heavy rainfall working into Eau Claire right now, coming in from their southwest. Slowly but surely we get down to areas right by Winona and Rochester. They've been getting kind of pummeled from some storm activity right now. Winona's got the lighter edge of that, but eventually the storm activity is going to be coming out. It's still kind of taking its time getting out of portions of Rochester and heading their way. Eau Claire holding on to the shower activity, as you can see, all the way through the morning hours and into the afternoon. You have a chance of that as a lot of that starts to track a little bit, or weakens and tracks a little bit to the east. We'll also find ourselves for La Crosse to have drier conditions. If you're going to be out mowing your lawn today, you got a better chance to do it than you will have going into Sunday. That's for sure. You'll be seeing those chances diminish as you get closer to the weekend. All right, so you're looking at partly to mostly cloudy skies for the day. You'll see the rain and shower activity kind of staying up to the north, as you can see it coming out of the Twin Cities with moderate rainfall and heavy at times. There's the wet roadways out there right now for the commuters out there. The winds are going to be gusty up there as well, up to 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts. You'll see wind gusts here up to about maybe 24, 25 miles per hour for Onalaska, as well as getting into the downtown area for La Crosse. Current temperatures 50s up to the north, 60s down to the south, with a mix of upper 50s as you get into Viroqua, 64 Boscobel. There's a look at your lawn mowing forecast. So please be safe out there and have a wonderful Friday.
World leaders are working to calm tensions in the Middle East this morning after Israel launched an overnight strike on Iran's rapidly advancing nuclear program. 200 Israeli warplanes were involved in the attacks that killed 3 Iranian generals and top nuclear scientists. Taking a live look at Israel this morning, the White House says it was not involved, but Iran is threatening retaliation. CBS's Jared Hill reports.
Intense escalation in the Middle East. Damage and debris litters the streets of Iran's capital city after Israel launched overnight airstrikes. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said it was a preemptive attack focused on Iranian nuclear facilities.
Targeted military operation to roll back the Iranian threat to Israel's very survival.
International watchdogs say Iran has increased its stockpiles of highly enriched uranium in recent years, which the country says is for civilian use, like nuclear energy. But a spokesperson for the Israeli military overnight said Iran is secretly building a nuclear weapons program.
The Iranian regime has called for the destruction of the state of Israel, planning and advancing concrete military plans to do so.
Following the news, the White House said the Israeli strikes were unilateral without any American involvement. But Iran's foreign minister said the attacks couldn't have happened without the coordination and approval of the United States. Earlier this week, the U.S. began suggesting non-essential staff and their families evacuate nearby Iraq due to heightened security risks, amid word Israel was ready to launch an operation in Iran.
We have a lot of American people in this area, and I said, we got to tell them to get out because something could happen soon. And I don't want to be the one that didn't give any warning.
The overnight attack calling into question the future of planned U.S. talks with Iran about its nuclear program.
This morning, Iran announced on state TV it will not participate in those negotiations Sunday or until further notice. La Crosse's Common Council voting on 2 big proposals last night. First, hiking stormwater utility rates for the first time since 2011. Council members passed that measure 9-4, meaning fees will jump about $10 a month for most residents. The city says the hike will cover increased operating costs. The council also approved a $22 million housing project. Haven on Main will be a 74-unit complex with half the units set aside for people with disabilities. The complex will be built at the site of the old Pink Palace. Habitat for Humanity is asking the community to help pave the way for Northside improvements. Through a fundraiser, Pave the Way, that is where you can buy a paver to support neighborhood improvements. Those start at $150. They'll be installed outside of Logan Middle School. The goal is to stop more than 500,000 gallons of stormwater runoff.
With the help of these permeable pavers and all of the other mitigation practices that we have going on, rain gardens, berms, swales, native plants, we're estimating that this project will collect over 5,000 gallons of polluted runoff every single year.
Habitat hopes to raise $60,000 to fund home repairs, food forest planting, and stormwater management. Retired union members are taking to the streets, speaking out against cuts to Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. They gathered at Riverside Park yesterday to discuss what the cuts could mean for La Crosse.
People are so severely impacted by this. I was a public health nurse here in La Crosse for 25 years. I know how many people around here rely on Medicaid to provide health care for themselves and their children.
The demonstrators urged others to write letters to Congress. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz facing tough questions in D.C. about sanctuary cities. Lawmakers grilled Walz on Minnesota's immigration policy and comments he allegedly made comparing ICE to the Gestapo.
Now we have a broken immigration system in this country. I think everyone in this room agrees with that. But nothing Minnesota has done to serve its own people stands in the way of the federal government managing border security and policies.
Several large Minnesota counties and cities have sanctuary policies, but the state is not considered a sanctuary state. Kids in Winona celebrating day 2 of Steamboat Days with a fishing contest. Kids ages 3 to 14 fished for free. First, second, and third place finishers all took home a prize, and the top fisherman won a new pole.
Yeah, young gentleman, he did bring 2 largemouth bass, so that was very nice to see.
This is probably one of the best I've done.
I caught a few big ones.
There was also a carnival, comedy show, and a performance by the U.S. Marine Reserve Band. A common chemical you're exposed to daily could be harming your unborn child. Researchers found forever chemicals known as PFAS during pregnancy could cause high blood pressure in teens. Kids exposed to higher levels in the womb were more likely to develop hypertension, according to the research. You can reduce exposure by drinking filtered water, eating fresh food, and avoiding nonstick cookware. And happening this weekend, get ready to rock in West Salem tomorrow. Blackstone Cherry and Stone Temple Pilots hit the stage with high-energy rock and legendary hits starting at 5. Celebrate the Mississippi at Goose Island County Park with fishing, disc golf, photography contest, canoeing, and tree planting. And West Salem High School is presenting Descendants the Musical at the Marie W. Hyder Center. Shows are tonight and next Thursday and Friday. Now we'll send it over to meteorologist Art Jarrett. He's got an update on our morning commute.
All right, taking a look here what's going on right now. You're looking at driving conditions in Eau Claire, holding on to wet roadways right now. The rain is starting to pick up again. It's even looking like the rain is starting to formulate a little bit of hail out there, slowly but surely. You can also see some fog out in the distance and some of the cloud cover there holding on to out in the distance there. You can see that. And we're also seeing the wind gusts that are going to be picking up for them as well. They're going to be seeing wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour as we go through the morning and afternoon hours. Those winds will slowly pick up. Right now, they're about 20, 22 mile per hour wind gusts right now. Hey, take a look at what I've got going on for you. Just slowly take a look here. You're also going to be seeing the possibility of getting into Alaska really isn't going to want to show me today, so I'm going to have to switch that over to something else. But you're looking at 61 degrees in Winona. They have some shower activity right now. Rochester at 56. They have storm activity that's heading towards Winona. We're also seeing Red Wing will be eclipsed with a little bit of light shower activity there in the 52-degree mark. 57 in Viroqua and 60 as you get into Prairie du Chien. As I mentioned before, the showers are going to be up to the north and storm activity as well, so you have a chance to mow your lawn today for La Crosse, not so much for Eau Claire. Tomorrow you have a similar opportunity with more showers and storms remaining up to the north along I-94, but by the evening they're coming back down on Saturday towards La Crosse. We'll also find ourselves with current temperatures I should say high temperatures for today. You've got that cooler air still coming in out of Canada, so you're looking at middle 50s to low 60s between Ladysmith and Eau Claire. Everybody else upper 60s to around the low 80s in the forecast. La Crosse should be about 77 degrees for tomorrow. Get out and enjoy it. Have a wonderful weekend.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8. Kason is turning 8. He enjoys sports and helping on the farm. And Camden's also turning 8. He loves sports and being with his friends. And Remy also turning 8. He loves the outdoors and playing sports. Happy birthday to all of you. If you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 years, 8 months, 18, 80, or 88, we'd love to feature them. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com. It's Dairy Month. Topper's Pizza is going all out with Wisconsin cheese. We'll have the mouth-watering pizzas straight ahead on Foodie Friday.
Feeling lucky this Friday the 13th? Home Furniture is. By defying fate with 13% off purchases store-wide. Plus, pay no interest for 13 months. Don't push your luck. The Friday the 13th sale ends Monday and only at Home Furniture.
We're an implant-focused practice. I think the advantage of a father-daughter practice is, I've been at this for 30 years now. I learned things that worked well and things that didn't work so well.
And it was fun to be able to just jump in and kind of complement that. I feel like it made both of us stronger.
You don't expect it when you walk into a dental office. You don't expect the family aspect, but when you walk into our doors, we're going to give you that.
If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
I'm Jordan Rudolph, and I'm the owner of Unity Fitness. We just won Best Gym in La Crosse and Best Personal Trainer in La Crosse for the Best of in 2025. As our mission to serve and help have a positive influence on so many people, we can't thank you enough, the voters, for having our back and helping us spread that mission forward into helping more people in the area.
Thank you so much for trusting us with your goals and for 10 years of support.
We view people as more than a before and after. To see if you're the right fit for us or if we're the right fit for you, head over to unityfitnesspro.com and book your free discovery call with us today.
My moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. With Skyrizi, feel symptom relief at 4 weeks. Many people were in remission at 12 weeks, at 1 year, and even at 3 years.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's.
Ask Ask your gastroenterologist about Skyrizi.
Today's the day.
Today's the day.
Today is the day.
And today's the day.
Are you ready for National Fudge Day? Celebrate it with Valley Fudge and Candy. There is something for everyone.
I never knew fudge could be so dandy. Pop in to Valley Fudge and Candy.
What is Aflora's favorite type of music?
Anything with a good beat.
Why is a carpet fitter so good at dancing?
Because he's always climbing the rug.
What is Aflora's favorite way to win?
A clean sweep.
What did the rug say to the floor?
I got you covered.
At Sealands Carpetland, where our #1 priority is you. Stop in today.
This place is fantastic.
During the Friday the 13th weekend at Home Sleep Express, sleep deeply when you get 13% off Prana Sleep mattresses. Plus, get no interest financing for 13 months. Experience life-changing sleep from Prana Sleep. Hurry, 13% off ends Monday at Home Sleep Express.
Well, good morning to you. Light rain and mist right now over areas by Eau Claire. Right now, they've had at least up to about 1/10 of an inch of rainfall thus far for this last hour or so. We're holding on to visibility there, though. Dropped down to about 5 miles of visibility, so please be careful with some of those low clouds that are happening out there right now. We'll get into it here. As you can see, taking a peek here, how this all shapes up. Going to look outside for Eau Claire. You can see the rainfall out there right now. It is back again and continues to hold on there. The winds are going to get up to gusting within the next couple of hours, holding on to at least 20 to 30 mile per hour wind gusts going through into the morning hours. You see the wet on the roadways, which is really picking up, and you can see that the new stuff is out there, and they may even be getting closer to getting near hail right about now. Holding on to the possibility of drier conditions going for Tomah. You're holding on to that with the high profile vehicles, and gusty winds will be up to about 24, 25 miles per hour for you this morning as well, going into the afternoon. The moisture continues to plague pretty much going through Minnesota, working its way into the northern tier along I-94 for Wisconsin. So that's what's happening right now, plus the cooler air coming out of Canada. You can see that there. Mild conditions to warm conditions, and that's what's settling our weather for the next few days here locally. We'll get into highs for Friday. Look at 54 in Ladysmith, 62 in Eau Claire, 68 in Trempealeau. La Crosse will have 77 degrees for your local forecast for your high today, 81 for Prairie du Chien. So temperatures are all over the place. Most of that rainfall continues to shift and stay along from west to east along I-94. It is mostly north of Eau Claire, you can see, going into the 1 o'clock hour. And of course, drier conditions means that will ensue for us for areas south along I-90. You can see that happening until we get into at least showers dropping back down to Eau Claire around the 9 o'clock hour. You can see some of that rainfall track back down towards Black River Falls, possibly to Sparta for a light shower, but it's too far to our northeast to bring rainfall for La Crosse. We were looking at Saturday going to the 8:15 hour. That rainfall is supposed to be over Black River Falls from yesterday, but it's tracked out to Wausau. However, as we get into the 5 o'clock, into the 6 o'clock hour, showers cross the Mississippi. They jump over and bring rainfall over to areas right by La Crosse. We go into the 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock hour, and then that is pretty much done. You'll see some of that still lingering going into about the 11 o'clock hour at night, coming back again and over in areas by Sparta, Trempealeau, Holman also getting into that as well, and of course areas eastward out of the area. More showers coming back for Sundays. You can see that still holding on, but a lot of that tracks south and drops down going into the 6 o'clock hour in the morning. By the afternoon, or at least by 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, we're pretty much done with the rainfall, with a little bit of light smattering, which is more like a sprinkle or anything else, maybe even some mist. So that's looking pretty good for Father's Day. As you go into La Crosse for tomorrow, you're looking at Saturday looking like this, drier conditions, so you do have a better chance to mow your lawn during the afternoon as well as the morning hours, holding on to the similar conditions for Eau Claire as you get into about the 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock hour, but mostly showers are going to be in your forecast in and out from time to time. Highs for Saturday, you're looking at least 60 to 74 degrees to finish your day, and Father's Day day, you're looking at temperatures in the 70s widespread to the low 80s down to the south. So that's a look at your forecast, giving you away for Monday, holding on to widespread low to middle 80s. And of course, the next few days, once again, getting to your 8-day forecast, wet conditions for most of next week. Back to you.
It's Foodie Friday, and June is Dairy Month here in Wisconsin. The perfect time to celebrate our state's amazing cheese. What better way to do that than with pizza? Joining us now is the assistant manager, Dan Kraus from Toppers Pizza, to showcase some of their cheesiest creations. Good morning, Dan. Nice to see you.
Morning. Thanks for having me.
Yes, great to see you. We're excited to celebrate Dairy Month with you. So it is Dairy Month. We've got some delicious looking pizzas. Why is Dairy Month such a big deal at Toppers? Why do you guys care about it?
Well, how are you going to have delicious pizza without some amazing cheese?
Exactly. That is the perfect answer, right? Short and sweet, and we all get it. So tell us what you brought here today. It looks and smells awesome.
So we have our newest item here is the wild mushroom pizza. It's got a garlic butter base, excellent
Nice.
Wisconsin cheese, and 3 different mushrooms on there, the button mushrooms, shiitake, and portobello.
Okay.
And then over here I've got a half and half, our mac and cheese pizza and buffalo chicken mac and cheese.
Nice.
What other pizza place is going to give you mac and cheese?
Exactly.
And then over closer to you, we have our Ragin' pepperoni, 3 different kinds of pepperoni, and then the spicier version there
Okay,
with
yeah, I see
the
some jalapenos
pepperoni
on there.
sausage, cherry peppers, and then hot honey.
Okay, yes,
The
okay.
stinger.
I can smell the heat coming from there. You guys do have great cheese. I love the cheese on your pizza. It's that good Wisconsin cheese, right? Is that
Yep.
what you guys use?
Yeah, it's from Wisconsin, yeah.
Okay, that's what seals the deal. So any other fan favorites that viewers should be looking out for to try, or any other ways we can celebrate?
Absolutely. We introduced the pickle pizza about 6-7 months ago, and it went over so well that we kept it on the menu
Okay.
even after its 3-month run.
Okay, I remember that last time you guys came, we tried that one. So it's been going well. It's
Oh,
still
yeah,
on the menu.
yeah.
All right, and then ice cream. We can also celebrate Dairy Month with ice cream. You guys have ice cream, custard. Tell us a little bit about that.
So we have the Cedar Crest ice cream, and Cedar Crest is a Wisconsin company, almost 50 years now.
Oh, wow, okay.
So we are very happy to be working with them to get these new brands of ice cream. We have the Dark Secret, caramel cone, and the strawberry cheesecake, all delicious.
Okay, and all made with Wisconsin dairy as well.
Yep.
All right, and then any specials that you guys are doing to celebrate, or any other ways we can celebrate Dairy Month?
Yeah, so for the entire month, we have a deal on a 2-topping medium pizza and one of our pints of ice cream for
Oh, great.
$13.99.
Okay, great. All right, well, thank you so much for being here and sharing the cheesy love with us on this Dairy Month. Nice to see you as always.
Thanks for having me.
Stay with us. We're back right after this.
I'm Vladimir Dutip. Coming up on CBS Mornings, EGOT winner Whoopi Goldberg will be here to talk about launching a sports network dedicated to women and why she wants to inspire the next generation of athletes. That's coming up on CBS Mornings.
For residential, commercial, or high-speed doors, come to LaCrosse Glass and Overhead Doors. We carry a variety of CHI door styles designed to fit your vision. Get your free quote today.
We can play the role of the main focal point why somebody's coming into La Crosse. They're gonna go check out the restaurants, the bars, the other things, the other events that might be going around in town. And we all complement each other so well as a community. It makes it so special to be a part of this region.
As we're bringing in additional income, it allows us to give out additional raises, and the quality of life is gonna expand and go right with that as well.
The Power of Tourism, brought to you by Explore La Crosse.
Big names, big energy, one unforgettable weekend. Ashley for the Arts returns August 7th through the 9th in Arcadia, featuring Brad Paisley, ZZ Top, Darius Rucker, Third Eye Blind, and more. From live music and family fun to fireworks and interactive art, all for $55. It's not just a festival, it's an experience. Get your tickets now at ashleyforthearts.com.
It's back for the first time since 2019. The warehouse clearance sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. A sale so big that we display furniture in our main showroom and the Fountain Community Center. For one weekend only, we clear our warehouses of overstocks, misshipped furniture, scratch and dents, and closeout items. Not to mention huge markdowns on floor samples in our main showroom. Hurry in for these once-a-year savings at the warehouse clearance at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. Family owned for 100 years.
Craving authentic Mexican flavors? Look no further than Señor Villa. At Señor Villa, we bring the taste of Mexico to your table every day. Join us for our unbeatable $5 lunch specials packed with flavor and value. And don't miss our nightly specials where the fiesta never ends. Senor Villa, where great food meets great value. Visit us today. Senor Villa, the taste of Mexico you've been craving.
For residential, commercial, or high-speed doors, come to LaCrosse Glass and Overhead Doors. We carry a variety of CHI door styles designed to fit your vision. Get your free quote today.
The Brewers are coming to the Cooley region.
To left field!
Yeah, you heard that right. All summer long, you can catch the Brewers right here and for free. No pay-per-view, no subscription, just good old reliable free TV the way the baseball gods intended it. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the action as News 8 now brings you 10 games throughout the summer.
Coming on, Frelick's there, and he makes the catch.
The Brewers playing here, you're welcome. The Milwaukee Brewers on News 8 now.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Lego games and magic cards took center stage at the annual Summer Game Fest. The Summer Game Fest plays days showcased upcoming games from Lego party games with mini challenges to Infinitesimals, where you play a tiny alien starting a new life. King of Meat combines WrestleMania with Jim Henson-style chaos. Time now for your morning news now. La Crosse's Common Council voted on two big proposals last night. First, hiking stormwater utility rates for the first time since 2011. Council members passed that measure 9-4, meaning fees will jump about $10 a month for most residents. The city says the hike will cover increased operating costs. The council also approved a $22 million housing project. Haven on Main will be a 74-unit complex with half the units set aside for people with disabilities or special needs. The complex will be built at the site of the old Pink Palace. A traffic alert for La Crosse drivers. Ferry Street between 13th and 14th Street South is now closed for 2 weeks for water service repair. If all goes well, the street will reopen June 26th. Retired union members are taking to the streets to speak out against cuts to Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. Leaders gathered at Riverside Park yesterday to discuss what the cuts could mean for La Crosse.
People are so severely impacted by this. I was a public health nurse here in La Crosse for 25 years. I know how many people around here rely on Medicaid to provide health care for themselves and their children.
The demonstrators urged others to write letters to Congress against the cuts. Happening this weekend, get ready to rock in West Salem tomorrow. Blackstone Cherry and Stone Temple Pilots hit the stage with high-energy rock and legendary hits. Doors open at 5. Celebrate the Mississippi at Goose Island County Park with fishing, disc golf, and more. Registration is required. West Salem High School presenting Descendants the Musical at the Marie W. Hyder Center. Shows are tonight and next Thursday and Friday, $10. Kids 3 and under are free.
All right, and I've got some local storm reports popped in there for you. As you can see, we're looking at maybe a little bit of light hail, trying to get into the picture here for some of the areas, even down by Prairie du Chien, as well as portions of the areas right by Rochester getting into Eau Claire. All right, so that being said, you can see some of the looks here, the light rainfall, showing up some of the hail also associated with that as well. We'll get into how this all shapes up for your weekend, holding on to 77 degrees today, 79 for Saturday with a 20% chance of showers, a 50% chance of showers for Father's Day, but it looks a lot better than it's going to be as far as rain is concerned.
All right, Art, thank you, and thanks for waking up with us. Coming up at noon, Wisconsin expecting a rise in summer travel this season. We'll have some reminders from the La Crosse Regional Airport when we see you at noon.